What's up, collectors? This is Parlay J here with you today. And on today's episode, we are going to jump into my computer because I want to take you through something that people have been asking me about for a while now since Target changed up the way that they sell cards and sell retail. They asked me, how do you get online and how do you actually buy from Target? When, how do I find it? What do I do? Because if you go 99% of the days and hours and minutes of the week, you're probably not going to find anything. So what I want to do is kind of walk you guys through how to actually get some retail product from Target online and where to go and when, most importantly, when to check it out. So just some background, I think, as most of you are well aware, about a month ago, Target actually said we are no longer going to sell in our stores sports cards or any kind of trading cards anymore because there was an incident at one store which culminated in a little bit of violence, and Target's position on that was to just completely remove it from the store. It wasn't worth it to them, and I could understand that. That makes sense. They have a whole mess of other SKUs that they're making money off of without violence. They don't need violence over the sports card section that is like 20 by 20. So since then, they've actually created a process by where they release certain cards online. Now, for the first couple of weeks that they were doing this, they were pretty consistent. They were releasing them on Target.com, and they were releasing them on Friday mornings around it's debatable exactly as to when, but between 6:30 a.m. and I would say 7:30, 8 a.m., sometimes earlier than that even.
Yo, this is Chipper Jones. Don't forget to subscribe and like the Parlay J Sports channel.
For the first couple of weeks, if you kind of knew about that and you checked it out and you were there at that time, you got lucky and you hit big and you were able to get cards. But as time passed, people caught on, and most importantly, the bots caught on. And when the bots catch on, there's no retail for anybody. So Target does have things installed and safeguards where they have quantity limitations. You're only allowed to have one order per day, and they cap each product separately. I've seen the cap change per product over time. Sometimes I've seen 2, sometimes I've seen 6, sometimes I've seen 10. So it really depends on the product. And Target is kind of changing this as they go. They're feeling it out. And so what the biggest question and challenge that I've heard from many of you and collectors out there is, well, how the heck do I know when Target releases? And then when I get there, I can't find it because Target doesn't really make it that easy. You would think you could just go to the search bar, type in Top Series 2, and it would come right up. But it's very, very weird, and I often wonder if they did this intentionally, where it's a bit hidden. So that's why I wanted to make this video, so that I can walk you through how I've been doing it and how it's worked for me so far. Here I am on Target.com, Target's website. And the main thing to notice is that I've actually pre-loaded this so you can see, and I've favorited this, and this is what I use until Target changes the code on their website where this doesn't work anymore. A couple things to keep in mind. Target does not post a product and leave it out there forever. And the reason why they do that is because they don't want you to find the URL, because when the URL is there, when that stays the same, it's easy for bots or robots to be programmed to go to those URLs and check them every second. And that's when products get bought up in 5 seconds and humans can't buy it because somebody who has a bot did. Okay, so Target is smart about it. They don't leave those products up. They put it up only when they're available, and then when they sell out, you'll see it say out of stock for a period of time. Usually it's very short, and then very quickly they will take it down so you can't even see it anymore. So for example, as I scroll down here, you see right now they have, a couple of products available online. I've had this up on my screen for a bit. I would imagine if I refresh, there's a chance that some of these will disappear, so I'm gonna try not to refresh. But earlier in the day, there were more products here. There was actually basketball retail. There was more football retail, and now it's gone because those sold out really quickly and they quickly took them down. So that's just kind of what we're looking at here on the website, just to be aware of kind of the underlying what's going on this website. So now to the really important stuff. the key lies within first finding the page that the collectible items are on. And so if you look here at the top, collectible trading cards, Target, toys, the collector spot, collectible trading cards, that is the first place that you need to navigate to. And so if you go to target.com and you go to categories, you'll see here the collector spot is chosen. So I'm gonna just start from target.com fresh. If you go to categories and then you go to the toys category, and then you go down to featured and the collector spot, that's the place where all the cards live under. So you click on that, and now there's another layer where it's broken down into figures, models, trading cards. Obviously we want trading cards. So if I click on trading cards, you'll see here it's bringing back a whole mess of stuff that I didn't have in that last window that I was showing you. There's a lot of Pokemon, there's a lot of games, there's supplies. And if you really dig deeper into this is sold by not only Target, but this is sold by lots of other merchants that pay to sell their stuff on Target's website. So a good example here is this 1989 Topps Traded box. If you walked into a Target before this all happened, you most definitely would not see this product on a shelf. And that's because this is fulfilled by a company called Toynk, T-O-Y-N-K. And they're called a Target Plus partner. They pay Target to sell through their platform. And that's not what you want, because those are usually the jacked up prices. You want the products that are straight from Target. So here's how you get there. The key is once you're on this page, it's all in the filters on the left. Okay, so I'm gonna jump back to this preset filter, and you'll notice here, these are the filters that I have chosen on cards that are sports related. NFL, MLB, NBA. I didn't put NHL in there, although I could have. And I wanted to include WWE. You could include UFC. You could include whatever you want. You could include Yu-Gi-Oh! And Dragon Ball Z if you wanted, but I particularly didn't want those cards in my filter. So that's number one. And those all come, if I scroll down, underneath the brand section. And so in the brand section, you'll see what I have checked. MLB, NFL, WWE, there's NHL, MLS, and NBA would also be under here. Now, here's the key thing to remember, and this is why, it's again, Target throws you a little curveball. You can't come here and you won't always see all the products that they ever sell. So there's a reason as I scroll through this, you don't see NBA. And that's because they have no NBA products in stock right now, so they pull it out. And that's particularly so that you can't save the page that the NBA products are on, which leads you to the URLs, which leads you to being able to get bots to buy them when they're replenished. That is why right now you don't see NBA, and it's tricky to set up. The only way to set it up is either if you have a pre-created URL like I do that you see here has NBA in there, or if you wait until NBA is in stock, see that checkbox, check it, and then save it for future use. So Target's smart. They're trying to outsmart the bots. These are, number one. You want to make sure you pick the type of cards that you're after, and they're all under this brand filter. So I'm going to hide the ones that we're not looking at for the moment. Secondly, and another very, very important, is I have a filter called Target on, and that's under sold by. So you see here, there's Target and Toynk right now, and as you saw on the other Target page, Toynk was it reminds me of Doink. Toynk was the one that was selling this kind of random sports card set here. So I got rid of them because I don't want to buy it from Toynk. I want to buy it from Target. So you have to check Target to get the products only sold by Target. And then lastly, what I do, which kind of helps me understand if what was released that day, because I try to keep a gauge of what Target either has released already, or sometimes they post up a product just before they actually make it go live with quantity available to sell, but they mark it as out of stock, but the picture's there. So I want to see that, because if I'm on at 6 a.m. waiting for the release, I want to see that there's something there. Let's say it's NBA cards Prism, and it's showing out of stock, which is usually an indicator that it is about to come in stock. So that's why I have the include out of stock filter on there. You might be kind of thinking like, why? You can't buy it if it's out of stock. It's for the future and for understanding what was there and kind of trying to get the patterns down to see what may be, in stock the next week. If they skipped a week, they might have something in the following week. The other thing that under pickup, delivery, and in stores, I would select only shipping. And by doing that, what you'll notice that does is it gives you only the products where you can add to cart, because Target doesn't sell products in store anymore. So add to cart will be online only. So that means right now I could actually buy 2021 Topps Series 2 blasters for $19.99 each. I can add it to cart, or I could buy any of these products and they'll add it to my cart. You, again, only have a limit of one order per account per day. Some people do create multiple accounts and kind of get around it that way. I'm not recommending that, but it does work. So that is basically it. And once you have this set up, what you do is you just bookmark it. So you go to your favorites, and whether you're in Chrome, Internet Explorer, Safari, you add a bookmark for it, and then this way you can always come back to it easily instead of having to navigate through Target and manually set up these filters every time. Another strategy that people use is they'll bookmark the actual product page. So let's say if I click on the Series 2 blasters, and you can actually bookmark that. And from what I've seen, those URLs sometimes work, sometimes Target changes it though. So it's kind of a crapshoot, but it's worth a try to bookmark that URL. But your best bet is creating a filter and bookmarking that or favoriting that. Okay, now the big question is, when is the best time to buy? So as I record this, it is a Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern time. And so Target actually did a release this morning. It was around, I want to say 6:30 a.m. Eastern time. And they typically still release somewhere between, again, 6 or 6:30 a.m. and I'd say 8:30, maybe 9 a.m. Eastern time. But the day of the week has been changing. For a long time, they would release Friday mornings, weekly. Well, not a long time, but the first couple of weeks. And then that stopped. And then there was a week where they didn't release at all. And then there was a week where they released on Tuesday. And then there was a week where they released on Wednesday, which was today. So best bet is to really check every morning. And when you finally see a release, most likely chances are is that they're not going to release again for the rest of the week. And I've never seen a release on a weekend. So Monday through Friday, between 6 a.m. and 8:30 a.m., I would say, are the sweet spot to kind of be aware. Again, make sure that you do it within the limitations. If you purchase, let's say you come in and you want to buy Topps Series 2 blasters and you only want 2 because you just want to spend on 2 right now. If you go through with this purchase and then you try to come back later on today, and purchase 2 more separately, it will look like your order went through. You'll enter in all your information, you'll enter your credit card information, and it will look like it processed. You'll get a confirmation email, but moments later, you will get a cancellation email from Target because they must have some process behind the scenes that matches up the account to see if you already ordered from them, and they kind of make it look like you're getting it, but then they immediately cancel it and you don't get the order. So when you do order, make sure you order whatever it is that you intend to buy in one shot. Don't break it up because they will catch you on the limit and they will not let you buy. The only alternative, like we said, is if you have another Target account, then you can go in and you'll get your one order there. So that's pretty much it, guys. I hope this was helpful. Thank you guys again. Please do like, subscribe, give me that thumbs up, turn on the bell for notifications for future videos, and let me know what else you want to see on the channel. I respond to every comment that I see. Until next time, it's Parlay J saying take care, spike your hair. We will see you next time.